It's a common sense recap of the big stories. It's Cats and Cosby on 77 WABC.
And joining us now from the great state of Texas is the Attorney General from Texas, Ken Paxton, here on Cats and Cosby. Mr. Attorney General, let's get to it. There's obviously all these headlines of you guys looking into the voter rolls, and you found, it looks like thousands upon thousands of non-citizens that were on the voter rolls. Explain, obviously, how serious this is.
Well, obviously, it's pretty serious when you have non-citizens somehow on our voter rolls who are eligible to vote. It perverts the election. It's obviously illegal, and it's deserving of prosecution because if we allow this type of theft of our elections, we don't have elections anymore. We've got a third world country being controlled by a few people in probably Washington, D.C.
And how many do you, I heard that there was a few thousand that died or things like that. Do you have any exact numbers so people, because thousands of people die every time, especially a state as big as Texas. How bad was the problem?
Well, I don't think we have the full investigation done. We don't completely know, but it's thousands of votes that we know of, which means there's probably a lot more. We also have discovered that, we had on state property, we had nonprofits registering people to vote in a strange way, because on this state property is where you get your driver's license. And if you're legal, you get registered at the Department of Motor Vehicle site. But if you're not legal, you have to step outside and go register with a nonprofit. So we're involved in that investigation, too, trying to understand who these nonprofits were registering. It certainly wasn't people that were eligible to register because they register inside. And it was also strange that our state police allowed these nonprofits on state property to potentially register illegal voters.
It's interesting, Mr. Attorney General. It seems like obviously a lot of other states are doing this. And then there's some civil liberties groups that are coming out and saying this isn't appropriate. Do they understand that, I always feel it's a gift to be an American citizen, and we want to make sure we have faith in the process.
Well, I think your view is different than theirs. Their view is they want to win elections. And if it means they have to bring illegals in to vote, they're fine with that. It's all fair, all's fair in love and war. They don't really care about the rules or about whether it's legal or non-legal. That's all just terminology to them. A vote's a vote, and they're perfectly happy importing the votes to get what they want, which is power, and a one-party country where only the Democrats can win. That's the goal.
Mr. Attorney General, I'm having dinner tonight. As a matter of fact, people are concerned that they're registering and giving migrants driver's licenses, and the migrants are using driver's licenses as proof to go and vote. Have you heard that?
No, that's not. That's absolutely happening. So what happens is, the first day that Biden took office, he told. It wasn't like on week number one. It was day one. He told the world, particularly the cartels, that he wasn't going to deport anybody. Why would you do that on day one? Because you want it to start happening. You want the cartels to know they can make a lot of money. They don't have to hide anymore. Just bring them to Border Patrol. And then Border Patrol has been moving them around to locations that are presumably favorable to Democrats winning swing states like, Georgia and Michigan and potentially Texas and Florida. And that's been the plan. And only 3 states have a requirement that you prove citizenship. So then the federal government just issues Social Security numbers. They keep track of all these people. They're taking care of all these people. Of course, on our dollar, you and me are paying for it. And these people they're using that Social Security number to get a driver's license because, again, only 3 states have proof of citizenship required to even register. So they use the driver's license to register to vote. So that is certainly happening all over the country. And that is the plan of that's the Barack Obama, Joe Biden plan, is to get people here illegally and register them to vote so that they can actually win an election.
Mr. Attorney General, Kamala Harris was known as the border czar, and you are the Attorney General of Texas. How many times was she in Texas?
I never saw her. I think she came to El Paso maybe once. Maybe she came down once. But certainly there was no action on her part to secure the border. Just the opposite. They incentivized the cartels to come and bring their drugs, to bring their human trafficking, to bring their sex trafficking, to enslaved children. They knew all of that was going on. They knew it would happen, and they said to themselves, the illegal vote to control this country is worth everything we have to give up for that, including the 100,000 people that die of overdoses every year, many of them fentanyl. They are willing to trade all of that, children's lives, for the vote and the power.
Wow, very, very concerning. Well, Mr. Attorney General, you got to come back on again soon. This is so important. You're right there on the front lines there in Texas, and I think everybody across America cares so much about all of this. Thank you so much, Attorney General Ken Paxton.
Have a great day. Thanks.
Thank you.
It's getting harder and harder to find great food at a reasonable price. Why settle for a smaller version of the real thing just to make it affordable? With Popeye's 3 for $5 special, you get the same great signature chicken we always serve. Crispy, juicy, hand-breaded chicken tossed in Louisiana spices and cooked to perfection. Don't settle for a mini meal. Come into Popeye's today and get 3 pieces of our signature chicken for just $5.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
At select Atlanta, Georgia area restaurants, terms apply.